Hi. I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling really lost this morning. And I've been feeling really lost for the past. I was gonna say like year, and then I thought about it, and then I was gonna say 5 to 6 years, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, I think I've just been feeling lost my whole life. And I don't know, maybe that's. I don't want to say that's the eternal feeling I'm always gonna have during this life, but because I don't want to hammer that in for myself, but no, I've just been feeling lost, and I feel like I don't know what to do only because I don't feel like the things that I've been taught to do fit me, and I just feel like I don't know anything else. And I have been taught to feel guilty if I go a different route or if I want to try something different or new. And um, I do my best for some reason to not share very honestly and candidly about my life, but I know eventually one day I want to share about my life. And I think I'm just too worried about what strangers on the internet would say about me. And I'm too worried about everything in my life, actually, and I just don't want to worry about anything anymore. It feels like it's taking up so much energy to the point where I'm just getting exhausted, and I don't want to be exhausted anymore. I know I don't want to live an exhausted life. I don't want to live a stuck life. I don't want to live a constantly sad life, and I don't want to constantly live in this perception or in this energy that things are going to be negative and that I have to be afraid and prohibit myself and not do the things that I say I want to do. I just don't want this life that I've been told and taught to live in anymore. I really don't. And I do feel as if I don't know how or what or where to start, but like I don't know where to start going. I don't know where to start walking, I guess. And that feels a little weird. Like I know I want something more. I know I want something different. I just don't know where to go. And the fact that I don't know where to go makes me feel uncomfortable. Like I have a belief that says I should know exactly where I'm supposed to go, and I should know how to do everything and the ins and outs so I could be prepared. And I don't know. I fucking don't know. I really don't know at all. I just know I don't want this life I'm living anymore. I don't want to be in this apartment anymore. I don't want to be in this state anymore. I don't want to be in this country anymore. I don't want to be in this life anymore. I really know that I just don't want this same life, and I don't even want the same mind. I don't want the same body. I don't want the same skin or face. I just want to change entirely, and maybe that's, I don't know, a part of me thinks, is that just me telling myself or saying to myself that I essentially like hate myself and that I don't want to be me anymore. I don't think it's that far, but I just know that I do want to live a life that I like, and I do want to be happy, and I just don't really feel happy with anything but my car, my cat, and with the amount of effort that I've put into myself over the years, like, and with the amount of healing that I've done for myself, you know, and the amount of progress. But I guess maybe the insatiable nature of American society and of progress is getting to me to a point where I feel like it's still not enough, and I just want to keep going and doing more till I get to where I want to be. But sometimes I do acknowledge that when I was younger, because of how toxic and limiting and controlling my parents were, I never thought I would ever be able to leave the house. I never thought I was ever able to, or rather, I never thought I would ever be able to have enough money to move out. I never thought I would ever be able. Why can I never not never. Bleh, why can't I not speak this morning? But I never thought that I would be able to get my own apartment or even pay rent, and I never thought I would ever be able to even get my driver's license because I lived in the city, and they kept telling me to get one, but they just also kept putting it off. I never thought I would get a credit card. I never thought I would, honestly, even at some point, I didn't think that I would get a job because they were so controlling. That's how controlling they were. Shadow, get out of the sink. Get out of the sink. I didn't think I would ever even have enough money to support myself. And I felt like as a kid, if I ever did have these things, then I would have to deal with constant, almost harassment, actually, from my family because they were so limiting and so negative and so toxic that if you did anything of any way that represented independence or anything good, they would make you feel like shit for it. So I never really thought I could have anything good for myself when I was growing up, and I thought I would always just stay in that apartment, and I just really couldn't see a future when I was there. I thought that maybe I would like die young when I was a kid, or that they would somehow kill me, being honest. And I think I'm still carrying that, definitely, since I'm crying, but I didn't think that the younger version of me was still holding that within me, and maybe that's why I feel like I can't do anything in life. And I've noticed that sometimes the attributes that my parents had, I put on God and I put on life, and I think that life will treat me the same way my parents treated me. And I feel afraid because I don't have my parents anymore. My dad ended up ending my mom's life and then ending his own life 5 years ago. And at first it was like I had the process, and then after that I felt free because they were so controlling. But then I think over time I started to fill the gap of the mental and emotional abuse that my parents put me through, and I started to assign those same characteristics to life and to God and to source or your higher self, my higher self, whatever you want to call it, thinking that life and God doesn't want to see me happy. That's why it did this to me. I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to progress. And I just started thinking that life would be as cruel to me as my parents were. And it's almost like a prison I put on my own mind. And I'm very grateful that I'm being aware of it now, because now I could address it and I can allow myself to move forward in a way that I prefer to. And I can also redefine my relationship with life and with the universe and with myself and my higher self. And I can be more aware of my mind and the way that I what's this word they use in job applications and stupid shit like that, delegate. I can learn how to I can learn my own mind how it delegates or reassigns rather certain roles and dynamics that I was used to growing up, and how the absence of it in one way can translate to my mind reassigning it to other ways and other things, or even self-inflicting it in order to still feel familiar in an unfamiliar environment or territory. So yeah, that's a journey. That's interesting. And yeah, I just have felt unhappy, and I've been questioning, what do I want? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to move? And I feel like I think I know, but then I get all these things that pop up on social media about the place where I want to go, and it just seems like it's not good. Like the energy grid is not good, and the people are fairly, like, they can be negative and they could be envious and they could actually do things to hurt or antagonize you, and even the government is turning its back on its own people, and the water is going out constantly, and people are paying so much to not get enough. And the nature is beautiful, but I don't know. It's Puerto Rico, and I'm half Puerto Rican. I went every summer to Puerto Rico, and I love it a lot, and it's beautiful, but I'm not sure if moving there is great. Also, I've heard and I've had my own experience with the police, and apparently you can't really trust them either, which is scary because I prioritize my peace, and I love, to be alone and to live alone, like with my cat, and I just, if the people who are supposed to help you, whose job it is to help you, are not helping you, then yeah, I'm not gonna feel safe, and I don't want to go. And I love Puerto Rico with all my heart. I think it deserves so much more. I think its people deserve so much more. I think the island and its creatures deserve so much more. And they deserve all the love and all the respect and all the kindness and all the intentional effort. I really do. And we just really don't treat it the way it's meant to be treated. And the officials are treating it like a cash grab, and they just want to appease the rich. And I don't feel comfortable moving there or living there if things aren't safe. And I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to be in danger in any way. And I love the place. Like, I'll fucking go on vacation every year, 2 times a year, 3 times a year, I don't care. But I really don't want to put myself in a position where, like, essentially I'm asked out, So until things get better, then I don't think I'm gonna go. And yeah, other things are popping up in my head. Like, for example, like, I want to be successful. I want to do things I like. I want to express myself. I want to be more creative. And I feel a hesitancy towards acting on my creative impulses and ideas. And I have beautiful ideas. And I know my own potential because I see it and I envision it and I feel it in my heart. And it doesn't fucking go away. It knocks and it knocks and it knocks and it never goes away. And that's more than okay, because I'm grateful that it's begging to live, and that's more than okay, and but I worry and I wonder, and sometimes I question myself, like, even making this video, I think, am I wasting my time? Am I, like, who was gonna watch this? Will I ever even be successful? Like, who is realistically gonna sit down and watch a girl who just talks about the inner workings of her mind and her life and her spiritual downloads and stuff, and who's gonna sit and listen to a girl who takes her time when she speaks and who it doesn't seem desperate for attention. I don't think I'm desperate for attention, but I don't know, maybe crying on YouTube is not is the opposite of that. I don't know. It's so funny though. Like I'm not the type, and I don't personally like the wait, stop scrolling. Ew. No, I'm not. No. Even to do that just now gave me the ick. I don't know. A part of me just feels unworthy to a point where I don't feel like I can be successful with just being myself. And that puts me in like a predicament of paralysis, because here is my body and my heart saying, I have in my mind saying, I have these ideas, I want to do them, let's go do them. And then there's another part of my body and brain that says, oh, but who's gonna watch them? Who's gonna like them? What if nothing comes out of this? And maybe I'm just hoping too much or expecting an outcome when I should just do it for the sake of doing it. But I think it's just I want to be acknowledged. And I think that's a very big part of me. Like a very big want and need that I have with doing anything in my life is just wanting to be acknowledged. I don't feel like I was acknowledged. Growing up, I feel like I was acknowledged just for the sake of potentiality of doing what I was told to do, of fulfilling other people's want to be acknowledged and to be listened to and to feel important. But I don't feel like I can do that for myself. And maybe I'm trying to seek it out through other people or through other things or with posting, but I don't know. With this, I am trying to figure out, like, what do I want? Like, how can I learn to acknowledge myself and to honor myself and what I like and what I want? But I think my mind is just too focused on the contradictions and thinking itself to death to the point where I don't do anything, and I don't want to do that anymore. I kind of don't want to think anymore in the best way, obviously. I'm not really an impulsive or negative person to have that be taken in a negative context, but I overthink about what other people may say to a point where I kind of just let my brain and my body take it on their behalf so that I can be prepared. Like, I feel like I always have to be prepared for something, and that always has come from my childhood as well, because my parents were so unpredictable, mainly my mom. I always had to prepare for her mood swings and her anger and her responses and how I was going to react and how I was going to act and how I can get around something. And yeah, I think that's why I think my existence is like a burden to even myself and to almost everyone around me, because I always felt like my existence was a burden to her, and she acted like my existence was a burden to her. Like, I could walk out of my room and the first thing she says, where are you going? Like, I can't go to the bathroom without being harassed. I can't go to the kitchen to get a snack without being harassed. And then if I ignored her, it was disrespectful. If I was defensive, it was, oh, why are you acting like that? I just asked you a question. So, very big narcissism I had to deal with. And it's still so much to process that, like, thinking about it makes me feel so drained. And that's why I feel like I don't want to work in like a 9-to-5 or anything. I just feel like I want to work for myself, because I really don't want to deal with a boss that was anything like my mom. I don't want to deal with people yelling. I don't want to deal with people who are so mentally and emotionally immature and who have not looked at themselves that they're going to take it out on other people and they don't know how to communicate. Ugh. I really don't want to deal with that anymore. I feel honestly too damaged to be functional in life sometimes, but maybe what I define as dysfunctionality is actually functionality, and I'm just beating myself up and tearing myself down the way my mom did. And I'm gonna start believing myself. Because when I say it out loud, it sounds like it makes sense. When I keep it all in my head and then I let the thoughts that are mimicking and disguising like as my mom win, that's when I feel paralyzed. And like I can't say or do anything. I can't be honest. I can't succeed. I can't grow. God, I've been through so much. I think I deserve to let myself do what I like. I've been through way too much to keep putting myself through even more just to fulfill the desires of who is now a dead woman, you know? Especially even if she were alive, just to fulfill the desires of a woman who was never satisfied with anything and always taught me that I was wrong. And who taught me that if I didn't do what she said, really horrible things would happen to me. Like, holy shit. And I'm grateful that I've healed enough now to where I can really see everything and how fucked up it was. Because before it just felt like, oh, it is what it is. But now that I'm older, I catch myself thinking about certain things that she would say and do, and I will go, oh my god, like who the fuck says that? Who does that? You know? And it's okay. She's not here anymore to hurt me. But I'm allowed to honestly do my inner child meditations because there's still versions of my younger self that still feel like she needs to survive, she needs to take everything on, and she needs to keep dealing with it and keep dealing with it. And there's definitely still younger versions of me that still believe that I'm never gonna escape this, I'm never gonna be free of mommy and everything she puts me through. And that's okay. I accept her for who she is, and I accept how she feels, and I allow her to know that mommy won't be there forever and that we do have a choice. It's okay. I think that's it for right now. I feel like I need to hug myself. And one day I'll show that on camera, but not right now. If you watched the whole thing, if you're still here, thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.